Hi, I'm Kate Sward, Director of Digital Strategy and the LC Labs team at the Library of Congress. It's the library's 220th birthday today, and we're celebrating by offering a sneak preview of Citizen DJ, a new tool that helps you make your own music from sounds in our collections. Creating projects like this one and our crowdsourcing website, crowd.loc.gov, are just some of the ways the library is working to connect with you. We want you to know the treasures and resources of the Library of Congress, America's library, are available to you, many from the comfort of home. Before I hand it over to the mastermind behind Citizen DJ, 2020 Innovator in Residence Brian Fu, I want to tell you about one more way you could connect with us. You could become the next Library of Congress Innovator. For 2 years now, we've held open applications for folks to send us their creative ideas for using the Library of Congress's digital collections. I hope what you see today inspires you to think about what you might do. If your idea is selected, we'll fund your project and occasional travel to Washington, D.C. for a year. You'll get to meet Library of Congress staff, explore our reading rooms and collections, and most importantly, make something exciting to share with the world. It's an incredible opportunity to be a part of the mission and legacy of the Library of Congress by helping us open our treasure chest. I hope that you'll apply. Subscribe to our newsletter at labs.loc.gov or follow us on Twitter at LC_labs for more information. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, my name is Brian Fu, and I'm one of this year's Innovators in Residence at the Library of Congress. So I've been working on a project called Citizen DJ, which invites the public to create new music using the library's free-to-use audio and video materials. So the project started around this idea of the DJ who in the early days of hip-hop would build their reputation on the size and diversity of their record collection. There's this phenomenon called crate digging, where DJs would be in the backs of record stores and thrift shops, and they'd be looking for the most obscure sounds to add to their collection. And with turntables and samplers, they would transform those sounds to make completely new music. So the idea was I wanted to work with the amazing staff at the library to identify, what is in our collective and shared crate of sounds accessible to, anybody in the country, and invite the public to make new music out of those sounds. And we want to hear what you would create from it. So today I'll be demoing some of the tools I've been working on for Citizen DJ. So these tools are still in development, and we're looking for feedback. And they really focus on discovery of sounds from the library's collections, as well as providing ways to access them, learn more about them, and hopefully make new music from them. So there's kind of a sampling of some audio collections that were curated by library staff that is kind of a mixture of really old sounds, newer sounds, music, spoken word, government film, speeches, radio broadcast, a very broad range of different types of sounds. And also, these are sounds that are free to use without restrictions. So anything you make from it, you own, and you can do whatever you want with it. So you can give it away for free. You could perform it. You can sell it. It's yours. So I just want to briefly kind of go through some of the tools that we'll have available to you. First is this exploration tool. So I'm going to be showing you this collection that's in the Edison cylinder collection. So these are really old, early 20th century sounds. And these are kind of a mixture of music and sketches. So I'm going to kind of just give you a sense of what's in here. So right now I'm kind of just scrubbing through a few thousand audio clips that are, under a second long, and it kind of gives you a very broad sense of what is in this collection sonically. The way these clips are laid out is the clips that are closer to each other should sound similar and the color reinforces that. So I can play what's in the corner here. Sounds like opera. And in the opposite corner, sounds like piano and xylophone. And as I'm scrubbing through, you can actually see where the particular sound comes from. So once I find an interesting sound, I could hear it in context.
Real Christmas cheer.
And I can also view it on the library's website, as well as hear the whole sound clip, as well as download it for some items. And I also have a couple features that allow you to kind of filter. So I can just highlight everything that's marked as humor. Just play those. Sounds like sketches. And also from a musical perspective, I can highlight different pitches. So everything kind of in a pitch of C, or the lower pitch sounds, I can just play those. Let's see, let's go down here. And just to kind of give you a sense of the different types of sounds that we'll have available. So this is a collection of really old sounds. But just to kind of give you a contrast, this is a collection of more contemporary sounds. A completely different sound. So next I want to show you the remix tool. So once you find an interesting sound, let's just find a sound. Maybe this one. I can go to this other tool. So basically what this tool does, it took the sample that I selected and put it on a musical sequence. And these are different clips from that particular item. It's called I've Been Floating Down the Old Green River. I'm just going to play what it sounds like in this sequence. I'm going to mute the drums for a second. Speed it up a little bit. And I'm going to slowly bring in the drums. Drums. Change the sound of the drums. And then if I want to change up the particular sequence, I can do that. And I could also randomize it to a completely different item. So I'm going to do some music making. I can just bump up the BPM and kind of make it sound like a techno song. So similar to before, once you find an interesting sound, you can learn more about it. So you can kind of see where this particular item comes from, download the full audio, as well as find information about how you can access it and reuse it. So there's a couple ways you can access the sounds that you find. So you could actually download each individual sample in individual sound clips, but you could also download the clips in bulk. So we've been using this idea of sample packs that allow you to import thousands of audio clips into your own music production software. So this particular collection, you can actually download all of the clips into your own music production software. So I'm going to quickly show you what that looks like. So in this sample pack, You'll have access to like the individual like clips. So I'll play what that kind of sounds like. So this might be useful for like, samplers. But they also have longer clips that you can chop up yourself.
Pride, and this is what then.
And these sample packs give you information about where they come from and how you can give credit, which is recommended. You can also, obviously import your sounds into your favorite software. So that's the demo. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback and seeing what you make from it. So even though Citizen DJ isn't officially launching until at least late summer, I want to invite the public very early into my design process because I feel strongly to be able to respond to your feedback. So whether you're a musician or a student or just a curious citizen, I want to hear what kind of tools are useful to you. And I know that we're in a currently very challenging time, and especially for musicians who make a lot of their livelihood on the road at concerts and public events. So I want to make it very clear that what we're making is will be a public resource, and I want to work with you to make sure it's as useful to you as possible.